before humans fully understood the brutal power of winter, before science explained how life endures beneath the snow, there existed a world where every sunrise was a test of survival. In wild Yellowstone, among frozen forests, white valleys, and relentless winds, animals must fight against hunger, cold, and predators to stay alive. Welcome to Wild Yellowstone battles for survival in the most extreme winter. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation to create more quality content. Don't forget to comment your thoughts on the video below and let us know where you're watching from so we can chat together. Let's get started. When winter covers Yellowstone with deep snow, few predators remain as active as the grey wolf. Scientifically known as Canis lupus, it is the primary terrestrial predator of the park during the coldest season of the year. Its success does not depend on the size or strength of a single individual, but on the cooperation of the entire pack. Each wolf plays a specific role during the hunt, forming a perfectly coordinated team. Howls, postures, and body movements allow the group to maintain contact even over great distances. Their most important prey during the winter is the North American elk. Before beginning a chase, the wolf pack carefully observes the elk herd, looking for young, injured, or weakened individuals. Once a target is chosen, the pack begins to silently spread out across the snow. Some move along the flanks while others remain behind to limit escape routes. The chase can extend for several kilometers through forests, frozen rivers, and snow-covered meadows. The wolves maintain a steady pace while the elk begins to lose energy with every step. When the prey slows down, the group slowly closes the circle from different directions. The hunt is decided by discipline, coordination, and endurance that few predators can match. No single wolf could achieve this result by acting completely alone. In Yellowstone, grey wolves demonstrate that the true strength of a predator does not always lie in the individual, but in the ability of the entire pack to act as a single organism. Across the vast plains of the Yellowstone ecosystem, a titan rises that embodies the resilience and indomitable spirit of the American West. The American bison, scientifically known as bison, is the largest land mammal on the continent and the undisputed sovereign of these lands. An adult male can reach a massive weight of 900 kilograms, a mountain of muscle and fur designed to withstand extreme conditions. standing nearly 2 meters tall at the shoulder. Its mere presence dominates the horizon of the Hayden and Lamar valleys. When winter covers the park with a blanket of snow a meter thick, the bison uses its most powerful tool, its own head. Its powerful neck muscles allow it to swing its heavy head to sweep away the snow and access the dry grass buried beneath the ice. This biological effort is constant, as the bison must consume many kilograms of vegetation to maintain its body heat in temperatures 30 degrees Celsius below freezing. However, the greatest test of survival comes not from the harsh climate, but from the silent stalking of the grey wolf pack. When predators begin the siege, the bison does not rely solely on flight, but on a strategic and lethal defensive formation. The adults group together to create a living wall of flesh and horns, placing vulnerable calves in the center for protection. Their short, curved horns are biological weapons capable of piercing an attacker's skin with surprising precision and force. An enraged bison can launch an explosive charge at a speed of 55 kilometers per hour, crushing any obstacle in its path. The collective strength of the herd is a biological shield that often forces wolves to seek easier and less dangerous prey. A single strike from its front legs can generate thousands of newtons of force, enough to seriously injure an apex predator. Their resilience is legendary, being able to survive snowstorms that paralyze almost every other species in the ecosystem. The bison is a keystone species that shapes the landscape of Yellowstone through its grazing and the constant trampling of its massive hooves. By churning up the frozen ground, they facilitate soil aeration and seed dispersal, ensuring the constant renewal of the grasslands. These prehistoric warriors have walked these lands for millennia, surviving extinctions and drastic climatic changes. Their recovery in the national park is one of the greatest successes of global conservation, returning the original majesty to the plains. The American bison remains the eternal guardian of Yellowstone, a living monument to the sovereignty of wildlife in freedom. In Yellowstone's winter, not every predator survives through size or brute strength. The coyote, scientifically known as Canis latrans, is smaller than the grey wolf but possesses extraordinary intelligence and flexibility. While grey wolves dominate vast territories in packs, the coyote learns to move along the edges of danger. Its survival depends on taking advantage of small, fast, and often invisible resources beneath the snow. Mice, voles, small birds, insects, and leftovers can all become part of its diet during the most difficult season. In a land where every calorie is precious, this opportunistic ability becomes a decisive advantage. The coyote detects the movement of a small rodent under the snow and stops to listen with absolute concentration. It tilts its head, determines the exact position of the prey, and takes a few steps on the white snow. When it identifies the right spot, it leaps high into the air and falls precisely onto the snow to break into the rodent's hiding place. The hunt is decided by keen hearing, patience, and a technique perfected to search for life beneath the ice. But the coyote does not only depend on active hunting to survive. After a large kill by grey wolves or mountain lions, it may cautiously approach to find remaining scraps. However, moving too close to the territory of a grey wolf pack can become a fatal mistake. Therefore, it moves discreetly, observing the wind, tracks, and every signal that indicates the presence of larger rivals. In Yellowstone, the coyote proves that intelligence can be as valuable as strength when survival depends on never missing an opportunity. On the vast stage of Yellowstone, the elk or wapiti is the vital heartbeat that sustains the park's food web. Scientifically known as Cervus canadensis, this herbivore is the soul of the snowy valleys and the engine of survival for predators. During the relentless winter, these animals must face temperatures that regularly drop to 20 degrees Celsius below freezing. An adult male is an imposing figure that can reach a weight of 330 kilograms of pure biological endurance. Its most majestic feature is the branched antlers, which can weigh up to 18 kilograms and measure 1 meter wide. However, at the end of autumn, males shed these antlers to save vital energy during the months of absolute scarcity. Beneath a blanket of snow over a meter deep, finding food becomes a mission requiring high precision. Elk use their hooves to dig through the ice, searching for willow and aspen, shoots that contain the necessary carbohydrates to stay alive. Energy conservation is their absolute priority. Every unnecessary movement reduces their chances of seeing the next sunrise. For the grey wolves of Yellowstone, elk are the most important energy source, accounting for nearly 90% of their winter diet. The life of an elk is marked by extreme vigilance, where fear acts as a biological radar against the stalking of the pack. Their ears rotate independently to pick up the slightest crunch of snow beneath the feet of an invisible hunter. A minute of carelessness or a short nap in an unprotected spot can decide the tragic fate of an individual before apex predators. When danger is detected, elk can reach speeds of 70 kilometers per hour to try to escape the persistent pack. But in deep snow, their long legs sink, forcing the animal into a muscular effort that exhausts its fat reserves. This constant interaction between hunter and prey maintains the biological balance and health of the riparian forests in the park. Without pressure from wolves, elk would consume all the young vegetation, causing an ecological collapse in the sacred valleys. The elk is the resilient spirit of Yellowstone, a warrior fighting against cold and hunger in the heart of the American winter. Yellowstone is a stage of brutal contrasts, where the soul of the earth manifests in its purest and most violent form. Beneath its surface beats the heart of a supervolcano whose massive energy has shaped this landscape for millions of years. This giant crater is the source of hellish heat that emerges through thousands of geysers and boiling hot springs. However, on the surface, winter imposes an absolute rain of ice that freezes rivers and covers valleys with deep snow. The temperature difference between the underground magma and the freezing air on the surface can exceed 100 degrees Celsius. It is a world where columns of steam rise majestically from acid pools surrounded by a desert of pristine white snow. Its snow-capped peaks reach altitudes of 3,000 meters, acting as natural barriers that trap storms from the Pacific. Yellowstone Lake is the largest high-altitude body of water in North America, a blue mirror reflecting the power of geology. The open Lamar and Hayden valleys provide a strategic refuge where herbivores fight for every blade of dry grass. Some animals use thermal zones as warm shelters to prevent their hooves from freezing on the frigid ground. This intersection between primordial fire and eternal ice forces every living being to perfect its biological intelligence every day. The vast volcanic plateau is a laboratory of evolution where endurance is the only currency for survival. Mineral-rich water flowing from the heart of the earth alters the chemical composition of the soil and local flora. Yellowstone is not a static place. It is a dynamic ecosystem that breathes, roars, and changes under the weight of its own geography. It is the supreme sanctuary of purest nature, a monument to the beauty and cruelty of an earth forged by fire and ice. In the deep forests and mountain slopes of Yellowstone, a colossal figure emerges that personifies brute strength and supreme authority. The grizzly bear, scientifically known as Ursus arctos horribilis, is the giant ruling the top of the food pyramid. An adult male can reach a massive weight of 360 kilograms, becoming a fortress of muscle and uncompromising claws. Before winter tightens its icy grip, the grizzly enters a frenzied biological phase known as hyperphagia. During this period, it must consume thousands of calories daily to accumulate a vital layer of fat that allows it to survive months without food. As snow begins to cover the valleys, the bear patrols the terrain, searching for remains from the hunts of other predators. Its mere presence on the battlefield immediately changes the balance of power around the carcass of a bison or elk. Wolf packs, despite their social coordination, usually retreat before the massive charge of a hungry grizzly. The grizzly uses its weight and 10-centimeter claws to claim the feast, driving away coyotes and ravens waiting on the outskirts. It possesses a bite force of 8,000 newtons, a power capable of instantly crushing vertebrae and high-density bones. Despite being a dominant giant, the bear must retreat to its underground den when the thermometer drops below 0 degrees Celsius. During winter sleep, its heart rate drops drastically to conserve the energy accumulated during the autumn. This biological rest lasts approximately 5 months, a period where the grizzly depends entirely on its own internal endurance. Upon waking in spring, the sovereign emerges weakened but with a renewed urgency to reclaim its supreme territory in the park. The grizzly bear is the guardian of wild energy, a figure of absolute sovereignty defining the eternal pulse of Yellowstone. Beneath the white mantle of Yellowstone, the lodgepole pine forest rises like a biological fortress against the fury of winter. This ecosystem, covering 80% of the national park's area, is the supreme sanctuary for creatures fleeing the cold. Slopes protected from wind gusts transform into thermal shelters where the temperature is a few degrees Celsius higher than in the valley. Elk and mule deer seek the density of the pines to minimize the loss of vital energy while snow falls without rest. Trees act as natural umbrellas, catching much of the snow in their crowns and allowing easier movement on the ground. The snowshoe hare takes advantage of the maze of low branches to hide its white silhouette from the telescopic gaze of predators. The red fox patrols the edge of the deep forest, where the silence allows it to listen to the heartbeat of rodents under a meter of ice. For solitary predators, like the lynx, the density of the forest provides the supreme tactical advantage to execute a perfect ambush. Lichens hanging from the rough bark are the final nutritional treasure for inhabitants fighting against extreme starvation. Flexible branches can withstand hundreds of kilograms of snow, creating warm hollows that serve as temporary homes for birds and mammals. This plant labyrinth is the lung of Yellowstone, a biodiversity engine ensuring biological balance amidst the white desert. The pine forest is the guardian of latent life, the final refuge where nature patiently waits for the return of the sun. In the shadows of the rocky canyons in Yellowstone, a predator glides by, a master of the art of absolute invisibility. The mountain lion, known scientifically as Puma concolor, is the solitary king stalking from the most rugged and remote peaks. Unlike wolves, this feline does not rely on the strength of a pack, but on its own meticulous patience and stealth. An adult male can reach a weight of 100 kilograms of pure muscle, designed for explosiveness on difficult vertical terrain. Its hind legs are powerful biological engines that allow it to make horizontal leaps up to 12 meters in total length. It possesses the ability to rise 5 meters into the air to reach a rock ledge or intercept prey. Its nocturnal vision is extraordinary, processing available light to see clearly where others find only total and frigid darkness. The puma patrols in supreme silence thanks to its soft paw pads that dampen the sound of its footsteps on deep snow. Its hunting tactic consists of a lethal ambush, waiting for the exact moment to launch an explosive attack at 80 kilometers per hour. With a bite force of thousands of newtons, it aims directly at the neck to instantly shut down the victim's nervous system. As a ghost of the mountains, the mountain lion maintains biological balance by removing the weakest individuals from mule deer herds. Its existence is a testament to individual perfection, a supreme warrior reigning in the eternal solitude of the forests in Yellowstone. Among the snow-covered landscapes of Yellowstone appears one of the most elegant and precise hunters of winter. This is the red fox, scientifically known as Vulpes vulpes, a predator that has perfected its survival technique during the coldest months of the year. Its thick coat protects it from the intense cold as it silently travels through snow-covered meadows and forests. Beneath the white surface, small rodents remain active, digging a network of invisible tunnels. Although it cannot see them, the fox possesses an extraordinarily sensitive sense of hearing, capable of detecting every small movement. It stops completely and slowly directs its ears toward a specific location under the snow. For several seconds, it remains motionless to determine the exact position of the prey. When it is completely certain, it flexes its hind legs, preparing for one of the most characteristic movements of winter. With an almost vertical leap, the red fox springs up from the snow before diving straight down. Its head disappears beneath the snow, while its hind legs for a moment remain pointing straight toward the sky. Just seconds later, it emerges with a small rodent in its jaws. The hunt is decided by the perfect combination of hearing, precision, and speed. This technique allows the red fox to find food even when the snow completely hides its prey. Every successful leap represents the difference between conserving energy or facing another winter day without food. In Yellowstone, the red fox's leap through the snow is a wonderful testament to how evolution turns hearing, speed, and instinct into a nearly perfect hunting strategy. In the heart of Yellowstone's frozen forest, a predator emerges that masters the art of lightness upon the white mantle. The Canada lynx, scientifically known as Lynx canadensis, is the undisputed king of deep snow regions. Its most amazing feature is its massive feet, which are covered in a dense and extremely thick layer of fur. These limbs act as biological snowshoes, allowing it to walk on soft ice without sinking deep. They distribute its 12 kilograms of body weight with a physical efficiency that no other creature in the forest can match. Its supreme existence is inseparably linked to the life cycle of the snowshoe hare. The lynx uses the black tufts on its ears like biological radars to locate movement beneath the brush. It can detect the slight crunch of snow caused by prey at a distance of 50 meters. In the final sprint, the lynx reaches a speed of 50 kilometers per hour to take down the hare in just milliseconds. Its thick, ashen-grey fur insulates it from temperatures that drop to 40 degrees Celsius below freezing. As a specialized predator, it maintains the biological health of small mammal populations in the ecosystem. The Canada lynx is the ghost of winter, a master of survival walking elegantly across the frozen abyss. In the heart of winter in Yellowstone, a small creature performs one of nature's most amazing biological changes. The snowshoe hare, known scientifically as Lepus americanus, is the white ghost dwelling beneath the mountain's forest floor. Its power of camouflage is manifested by transforming its brown summer coat into a pristine white during the winter. This biological process allows it to blend into the deep snow and become almost invisible to the eyes of apex predators. It possesses unusually large hind legs that act as natural snowshoes, helping to distribute its 1.5 kilograms of body weight. Thanks to its elastic appearance, It can reach speeds of 45 kilometers per hour in a desperate race for life. However, perfect camouflage is not always enough to deceive the keen senses of the Canada lynx patrolling the forest. The red fox uses its extraordinary hearing to detect the hare's heartbeat even when it is standing perfectly still. From the frigid sky, birds of prey scan every centimeter of the terrain, searching for any shadow that breaks the uniformity of the frost. Its long ears act as biological sensors capable of detecting the silent flight of an owl in the twilight. As a vital link in the food chain, its presence ensures the vitality of the most majestic carnivores in the Northern Hemisphere. The snowshoe hare is the soul of adaptation, a small warrior challenging the winter with the power of invisibility. Beneath the white and frigid surface of Yellowstone, there exists a hidden kingdom known as the subniveum space. This supreme microclimate maintains a steady temperature near 0 degrees Celsius, protecting inhabitants from 100 km/h winds outside. It is a labyrinth of tunnels and small chambers dug into ice crystals, where life pulses with a frenzied and secret intensity. The meadow vole is the main architect of this world, building biological highways to search for roots and seeds. These tiny mammals, weighing only a few grams, must consume food constantly to keep their thermal engines running. Red squirrels also depend on underground stores, guarding kilograms of pine nuts collected throughout the autumn. In the deepest layers, insects enter a state of diapause, acting as biological time capsules waiting for the snow to melt. But safety is an illusion. The ermine, a slender predator, slides through the tunnels like a lethal white-furred arrow. With a cylindrical body, the ermine can chase prey through passages barely 3 centimeters wide. From the surface, the red fox listens to the rustle of tiny movements, calculating the exact position of the victim under a meter of snow. The fox executes a high-precision parabolic leap, breaking through the ice crust with surprising impact force. Communication beneath the white mantle is based on ultrasonic chirps and chemical signals that saturate the stale air of the tunnels. The animals must build tiny ventilation chimneys to prevent carbon dioxide from reaching lethal levels in their shelter. While Yellowstone looks like a silent graveyard on the surface, beneath the traveler's feet, a non-stop war for survival is taking place. The subniveum world is the pulsing heart of winter, a testament that life never stops under the power of the frost. while the lakes in Yellowstone surrender to the ice. The Yellowstone River continues to flow like a liquid artery of life. Here dwells an untiring athlete, the North American river otter, known scientifically as Lontra canadensis. This 12-kilogram mammal possesses a double-layered coat with an amazing density of 60,000 hairs per square centimeter. The outer layer is waterproof, trapping a layer of insulating air that prevents the 0 degrees Celsius cold from touching its skin. With a spindle-shaped body 1.2 meters long, the otter transforms into a hydrodynamic projectile when entering the current. On the white surface, it uses a supreme movement technique, sliding on its belly to reach speeds of 20 kilometers per hour. This behavior is not just a game, but an efficient strategy to save vital energy while crossing kilometers of snow-covered terrain. Its whiskers are biological radars that help detect disturbances caused by fish in the underwater darkness. When diving, its heart rate slows down to optimize the oxygen available during dives lasting up to 4 minutes. It is a lethal hunter, catching trout and crustaceans with jaws equipped with sharp teeth designed to grip slippery prey. An adult otter must consume protein equivalent to 15% of its body mass daily to maintain its heat-generating metabolism. Despite the harshness of the frozen environment, these creatures radiate a brilliant energy, turning the icy abyss into a stage of vitality. They communicate through sharp, chirping sounds and chemical signals that mark their sovereignty over the remaining open water areas. As the apex predator of the river ecosystem, the otter ensures biological balance and the health of the fish populations in the park. The river otter is the joyful spirit of winter in Yellowstone, a master of adaptation reigning in both deep water and white snow. Above the frozen canyons of Yellowstone, a white silhouette glides through the frigid air with absolute sovereignty. The bald eagle, known scientifically as Haliaeetus leucocephalus, is the undisputed lord of the American winter skies. With a wingspan reaching 2.3 meters, it uses thermal currents to save energy while patrolling the white abyss. Its eyes are high-precision biological telescopes, capable of detecting a fish or a carcass from a distance of 3 kilometers. It patrols along rivers flowing at 0 degrees Celsius, searching for trout that surface where the ice crust is cracked. Its talons can apply a pressure of 2,700 newtons, instantly breaking the prey's spine. In extreme winter, the eagle becomes a supreme scavenger, locating remains of bison or elk buried under the snow. It lands with a terrifying authority toward the meat feasts, forcing ravens and coyotes to give way in the hierarchy of hunger. a single individual can consume up to 0.5 kilograms of meat in just minutes to maintain its high heat-generating metabolism. Its plumage is designed for total thermal insulation, allowing it to withstand fierce winds exceeding 60 kilometers per hour. As an apex predator and ecosystem cleaner, it ensures the biological health of Yellowstone by removing carcasses that could spread disease. The bald eagle is the guardian of the heights, a symbol of power and freedom reigning over the frozen northern kingdom. In the frozen sky of Yellowstone, a dance of black wings marks the rhythm of life's final cycle. The common raven, known scientifically as Corvus corax, is the most intelligent and cunning sentinel of the Rocky Mountains. These birds possess telescope-like vision, capable of identifying an elk carcass from kilometers away among the pines. They're often the first to arrive at the scene of death, long before large terrestrial carnivores appear. Through powerful and rhythmic calls, the raven communicates the location of the feast to other members of its species. In an amazing biological alliance, ravens act as aerial guides for the grey wolf packs patrolling the valley. By leading wolves to a dead prey, ravens ensure that the wolves will tear open the tough skin that they cannot pierce themselves. Alongside them, the turkey vulture lands to fulfill its supreme mission as nature's cleanup crew. The digestive system of these scavengers possesses extreme acidity capable of destroying lethal bacteria like anthrax. By consuming remaining organic matter, they prevent the spread of diseases that could devastate bison populations. At the feast of death, a strict hierarchy exists where each bird fights for its gram of vital protein. Ravens are capable of consuming up to 20% of a carcass before the coyotes can arrive. These birds are ecological engineers, ensuring that nothing is wasted in North America's purest ecosystem. Their presence is the heartbeat of natural recycling, transforming the tragedy of one into energy for many others. The raven and the vulture are the guardians of balance, the masters who close the eternal circle of life in Yellowstone. Amidst the white desert of Yellowstone, the heat of the supervolcano creates oases of life that challenge the power of winter. Geysers and hot springs erupt with water at temperatures over 90 degrees Celsius, breaking the silence of the frigid air with clouds of steam. These geothermal areas act as thermal sanctuaries, where the ground remains clear of deep snow throughout the year. The thick steam rising from the heart of the earth envelops the animals, providing vital relief from the 30 degrees Celsius below zero cold. Thanks to the permanent heat, grass continues to grow at the edges of the water pools, offering a rare feast in a season of hunger. Bison gather in these areas, using the warm air to melt the ice on their thick coats and save muscular energy. Elk and mule deer also patrol these oases, searching for green shoots growing from the land warmed by magma. Hot water rivers never freeze completely, allowing water birds and mink to find food without difficulty. However, this refuge is full of treachery, as the silica crust is extremely fragile under the 1,000 kilogram weight of an adult animal. Animals must navigate with millimeter precision to avoid falling into acid waters that could dissolve their tissues in seconds. Despite the risks, the presence of these water sources drastically increases the survival probability of the local fauna. This fire-breathing landscape is the supreme testament to biological resilience in one of the harshest places on the blue planet. A bison carcass in deep snow immediately transforms into winter's most coveted prize. The grey wolves, authors of the hunt, assert their initial sovereignty over the kilograms of vital protein. Ravens land first, acting as noisy sentinels, announcing the feast to the entire ecosystem. The arrival of a hungry grizzly bear changes the balance of power with a terrifying impact force. A 300-kilogram grizzly can drive away the entire wolf pack using only its mass and claws. The coyote waits on the frozen periphery, looking for a lapse in attention to steal a piece of meat in an instant. From the frigid sky, the bald eagle lands with an authority that forces smaller scavengers to retreat. On this battlefield, the hierarchy of hunger dictates that nothing is wasted in the struggle for energy. Strategic intelligence often overcomes brute strength when wolves harass the bear to reclaim their prize. Under temperatures of 20 degrees Celsius below zero, every bite is a barrier against death by freezing. At the end of the day, only bleached bones remain, a testament to the biological efficiency of natural recycling. The carcass is the center of a supreme drama where surviving one more day is the only true victory. Winter in Yellowstone is a relentless judge, testing every biological fiber in the makeup of its inhabitants. Under a leaden grey sky, temperatures drop to 40 degrees Celsius below zero, turning the air into a blade of ice. In this extreme survival scenario, the first supreme strategy is the absolute unity of the grey wolf pack. Wolves optimize their success through cooperative hunting, allowing them to take down 400-kilogram prey with surgical precision. Their wide feet act as natural snowshoes, providing superior mobility on the frozen dust of the valleys. Meanwhile, the grizzly bear chooses a strategic retreat deep into the earth to begin its winter sleep. Its metabolism slows down amazingly, helping it survive for months, thanks to the energy accumulated from kilograms of autumn fat. For large herbivores, like the elk, the supreme law of winter is the absolute conservation of every unit of energy. They avoid sudden movements and shelter in dense pine forests to protect themselves from 100-kilometer-per-hour blizzards. The American bison uses its muscular neck to thrust aside the snow with a force of hundreds of newtons to find dry grass. Birds of prey, like the bald eagle, patrol the geothermal water arteries, places that do not surrender to the freezing of the frost. They rely on their telescope-like vision to locate trout or carcasses on sections of the river that still flow at 0 degrees Celsius. Small American dippers dive into the frozen currents, extracting life from an environment that would kill other organisms. Beneath the snow mantle, the subniveum space is the secret refuge of rodents maintaining their thermal engines with stored seeds. Each species has designed a master evolutionary plan to trick hunger and hypothermia in this crystal desert. Migration is the final exit for many species, traveling hundreds of kilometers toward lower regions with less harsh climates. Winter acts as a biological filter, ensuring that only the most adaptable and wise individuals can reach the spring. The silence of Yellowstone is a facade hiding a war for power and endurance that does not stop for even a millisecond. The balance of the ecosystem depends on each character playing their part in the precarious dance between life and the abyss. These survival tactics are a testament to nature's infinite ingenuity in the face of the harshest climatic adversity. Yellowstone in winter is the ultimate fortress, a kingdom of giants where intelligence is the most powerful weapon of sovereignty. Yellowstone stands today at a critical crossroads between its glorious wild past and a future full of fluctuations. Global warming is the supreme challenge, altering the ancestral rhythm of the seasons on the volcanic plateau. Winters are now becoming shorter and harder to predict, affecting the vital accumulation of built-up snow meters. Less snow means large herbivores lose their strategic advantage against wolves, and spring water sources decline. Prolonged droughts increase the risk of large-scale forest fires that could burn thousands of square kilometers of primary forest. Fire is a necessary natural force, but its current intensity threatens to exceed the biological regeneration capacity of the pine forests. Pressure from mass tourism, with millions of visitors each year, is placing an unprecedented burden on the peace of the fauna. The expansion of residential areas on the park's periphery fragments the biological corridors necessary for bison migration. Protecting the sovereignty of this territory is a vital commitment to ensure that the roar of the kings continues to echo in the valleys. Scientists monitor every temperature change in the hot springs to understand the health of the geothermal ecosystem. Maintaining populations of apex predators like the grizzly bear is the foundation for the food web's resilience in Yellowstone. Yellowstone is not just a destination. It is a universal symbol of pure nature that demands our respect and courage. Every human decision today will determine whether future generations can witness the epic battle between wolf and elk. The biological integrity of this sanctuary depends on our ability to coexist with the lords of hunger and the wind. We must act as the supreme guardians of this legacy of fire and ice so that the magic of Yellowstone does not fade away. The success of modern conservation lies in allowing wildlife to follow its own laws without destructive interference. Yellowstone is the indomitable heart of North America, an evolutionary laboratory breathing through its hot plumes of steam. Preserving this paradise means ensuring the Earth's heartbeat remains strong in every corner of the national park. May the roar of the volcano and the howl of the pack be the eternal reminder of our responsibility toward biodiversity. Yellowstone remains forever the ultimate fortress of life, a kingdom of giants that we must protect for all time. Yellowstone is not just a home for animals, but a symbol of an ecosystem that needs protection, so these battles can continue forever. Subscribe to the channel and share this video to spread the message of respect. Every action helps protect nature's miraculous creation.